Check, check. 1, 2. Sounds good. I like it. Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. Let me turn that down just a hair. Yeah. Anyway, let's get this thing rolling. So when I was growing up, man, I was like a little bookworm type kid, you know. I was like a big reader. I used to read a lot when I was a kid. Um, but as far as back as I can remember, my parents and my brothers and everybody in my family, man, it was like we always were around a wide variety of people. We were always around different groups of people, man. I'm talking about every kind of, white, black, country music, rock, R&B group. All these people. They spoke country. They spoke, northern. They spoke jive, jive talk. I'm kind of fluent in a few different languages within the English language. I'm kind of like the Latino kid that grew up in America speaking English, but at home, they spoke some jive, Spanish, right? They understand every word in Spanish, but they kind of have to get back into the groove sometimes because of, what I'm saying. It's kind of like that with the jive thing, man. If somebody starts talking, I can understand it. You feel me? So by the time we got to Chapel Hill, you know, I was in the classes that were, I guess, a little bit more challenging in some ways for some people. Uh, but my interests were like everything art, right? Not everything art, but I just had my interests were so varied that my paths crossed my path. It was like my road was like Rome, right? It was like every path crossed the D train or the Don. Back then, it was either Donnie or Don Trez. So it was like my path was it kind of crossed a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And back then I was, just like right now, I listen a lot. I listen to a lot of things. I listen to a lot of people. And what I find is that people are drawn to you more when you listen. So I guess that's why I listen a lot. And if I could, I guess, use my voice to say anything, I guess it would be in this podcast at least is to listen more. Hell, I have my moments when I feel like talking. You know what I'm saying? I want to say what I got to say. But back to the title of this particular setting here, problem kids. I was friends with them too. Okay, so I had classes by the time I got into like more into high school. I had classes with the people who were trying to do the college thing, and I had some classes with people who were just like, all right, yeah, maybe I'm just gonna go to work and I'm gonna do this. Um, but I had a great time, man. If you sit and listen to somebody and they just and not like be like, because you got other friends too to tell you to be careful being around certain people too, man. And it happens. throughout school. It happens throughout school. It starts when they're really young too, man. It starts when they're like kids. I'm talking, oh my gosh. It almost breaks my heart to even think about this one kid. Um, I remember going to my daughter's class one time, and I was looking at all the pictures on the wall, right? But my eye was drawn to this one particular picture because it had the detail in the. I mean, it was like if a grown person had tried to learn how to draw and they got a lot of stuff right. And I looked at that picture and I was like, wow, that's a nice picture. Whose name? I'm not going to say the name. Come to find out, man, the picture was drawn by one of the kids in the class that was a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a lot of energy, maybe a little socially too much for some. And I think he kind of got labeled as a problem kid because he did some things and he would say things and people got nervous about some of the things he said. And as a parent, yeah, I'd be the same way. But at the same time, I'm looking at this kid's art and I'm like, wow, there's something there. I wish there was a way to tap into that and give him confidence in that, and or whatever else through something like that, so that he doesn't fall to the wayside. Long story short, I think they had to pull him out of the class or the school or something like that. So there goes. I just hope he's doing well. But then jump forward to high school. You had the people who just had their own way of expressing thoughts and ideas, and a lot of it could have been awkward. Hell, I was awkward. I'm still awkward. I'm an awkward dude. I'm a weirdo, dude. I'm a weirdo. To all you freaking weirdos out there, man, there's hope. There's hope for you. I don't know. I just wish I could, just lend people a person to listen to them, because it can be brutal out there. But I didn't really experience it. I was so blessed or so lucky to be able to go. I think it's funny. In a way, my more, I guess, my friends with more resources could have felt sorry for me, and the people with fewer resources is like, oh, he's just like us, and that's it. That's all it is, man. I'm just like everybody. You just like me. We all really. I don't know. I think a lot of things would change if people kind of looked at each other more, talked to each other, understood what each other's saying instead of jumping to conclusions all the time. Because sometimes words that come out of people's mouths have to be decoded. You have to look at body language. Sometimes you have to read energy to the point where it just becomes natural. You just feel an energy, and the energy it'll either draw you or it'll push you. At least a little bit, you know. Somebody else's energy isn't ever gonna Just be, well, some people it can be neutral. There's just nothing there. Just like, oh, okay. You gotta wonder where that energy is, man. If you meet people with just no energy, just like dead, it's like, wow, just felt nothing. You know what I mean? Good or bad, it's almost like I'd rather feel something from somebody. Just the other night, matter of fact, there was a guy up there. He came up. He was kind of standoffish a little bit. By the end of the night, I looked at him and I said, "Look, man, we're practically cousins by now. You've been up here so many times." He looked at me and gave me a little bit of a smile. You know what I'm saying? That's just a connection. It doesn't take much to, just be a little bit of a glimmer in a person's life, just a little. Doesn't have to be, oh, you, I'm gonna make this person's day because that's overkill. It's not natural. Maybe it is natural for some people to just want to just lighten every. No, don't lighten my day. Just give me a little bit to go on, and you know what? Sometimes that's just enough. It's just enough. Just a little bit of light. So yeah, pick. You don't force your friendship on anyone. You don't have to do that. Somebody's just too much for you. You don't have to be around them, but it doesn't have to be nasty. Also, sometimes you can just say, "All right, man, I got a I got a 11:42." I have an 11:45, man. I'm already late trying to get there. You know, just remove yourself from the situation. But if you have a moment just to hear, doesn't take long. Just to listen for a few minutes, shoot a smile, and be on your way. Anyway, that's my take on this. Problem kids. Problem kids. I don't know. I feel like talking some more about this because you know people don't really know, man. It's like I just remember so many just different situations we were in, like working. Our parents owned a business, man. So I mean, I was around people working hard, a lot, just working. You know, and in school, some of them were considered problem kids, man. I don't think school is for everybody like that for that long in one place all day. Some kids are more fortunate. They get to leave because of this or that. And then if you a quote unquote problem kid, you got to spend more time there. I mean, you're taking a lot of energy. You're taking it's understandable for kids to be locked up in a not a cage, but in essence, they can't really come and go as they please a lot of times, especially the younger they are. But you got all this energy, and I guess that's the dilemma for any parent, leader. How do you translate that energy and just use it as well as incorporate an education experience, using that energy in a productive way so that you can see, oh wow, man, I see people doing it. Okay, oh man, you can't. It's almost like you can't even do that. Look, people can't even play dodgeball no more in some places. You know what I'm saying? I remember some people you just didn't like, and you just wanted to throw the ball at them. It wasn't a hard ball; it was just one of those soft balls. You know what I'm saying? Just didn't like their ass. I'm gonna get that. Yeah, bow. You know, I was good at dodgeball. I was a little dude, just like I'm a little dude now. I ain't that big. I mean, I'm big enough. I'm just saying, I can move out the way. Back then, I was like that big, man. I was like, quick. You weren't gonna hit me. I was the dodgeball winner, and I could throw it too, man. That was like my revenge. Dodgeball, flag, flag football. That turned into like tackle football, so I didn't really play that one. And I was like, oh no, no, oh yeah, I'm gonna go play some basketball or something. I'm gonna go play in the dirt. But I loved it. I mean, I'm just going back and through my mind, like some of these other people that, they considered that they were just some of the funniest people. I remember this one dude, it was like, yo, D Train. No, no, no. What is it? Downtree. Downtree. Hey, this is about to get graphic. So if you got to turn away, do what you got to do. He's like, this was in high school, right? Downtree. Would you suck a man's dick for $1 million? I said, "No, dude. I think I can make my own $1 million. Have at it." He said, "I would. I'd do that shit on TV." He's another one of them dudes, man. I mean, I remember this one chick, man. She was just so funny, but she was strong. She was strong. She could whip some dudes' asses. You know what I'm saying? But she was funny. It was like I just love listening to her talk. You know, and when she got upset at somebody, I just slowly walk somewhere else. I don't need to get involved in that. But it was just, I just love listening to funny, interesting people. There's energy in there. It's just, how do you, and I see some of these people and they're doing just fine. I'm just wondering what changed. What changed? How did things change over that time period? And how did things get so bad? I mean, I have guesses. It's like you see people looking down into their phones without wanting to even look you in the eye and say hi. And I don't want it to sound like I only hung out with misfits and crazy people. I mean, if you really think about it, we're all just a little crazy. It's just like, what group do you fit in the whole scheme of the high school situation, or hierarchy, or social, whatever, economic realm, education, academia thing. You know what I'm saying? Where do you fit in? Some people say get in where you fit in, but what if you fit in everywhere? I love all these people. I love all these people, man. And I know some people are really damaged. And I'm not saying all these people are good. It's just, there's something in there that I think we can get right. But man, we spent all day talking about that one. I might have to do like a series or something. Anyway, it's D Train. It's a little bit of something I was getting bunkalicious on. Just popped into my head. Anyway, it's good talking to you people. Peace out. Be good. Be safe. You know, be vigilant. Stay cool. Again, If you meet like 4 or 5 assholes in a day and that's it, that's a pretty good damn day. It's like a break even day. Any more than that, okay. Even after that, stay cool as you can. Anyway, peace out. Be good.